welcome to Inside the Minds of Authors. I am excited you guys are joining us today. It's going to be a very amazing season. As you guys can tell, we're doing a little different for this season. We're actually going to show you some videos of our authors because I know you guys have been wondering, who is she interviewing? Who is she talking about? And what's going on? So welcome to Inside the Minds. Today I have the amazing Ms. Dante, who's going to be talking about her new book. The Base is going to be fabulous. But if you're new to this show or you have never joined us, go ahead and subscribe. Make sure you like us, follow us, continue to share this community with everyone. We want to make sure we continue to explore. We are officially live on YouTube, so you do not want to miss out. So I am excited you guys are here. And because you guys are here to see who our new author for the day, let's bring her on. Hello, madam. How are you? Are you good?
Hello, thank you for having me.
I am so excited you are here and that you are joining us.
Yes, and you?
Amazing. So today, because it's all
Thank
about
you. Thank
all
you
about the
so
book,
much.
we have a little bit of delay for everybody, so hopefully everybody can still follow along and you guys are good. So it should be fabulous. Miss Dante, we're going to kick off the show like we normally do with a reading of your book. So I am going to turn this
Mhm.
over to you so you can introduce the book. What is it about? And do a reading, and then we'll start the conversation. Awesome. And you have the book with you. Perfect. Let's get started.
Hello, everyone. Base Book 2, and it is the sequel to Book 1. And I am going to read from the beginning. It's a high-stakes, suspenseful fiction. Okay. Um, It's a blood-red dawn outside, my father says as he returns from his early morning run at the base. My mother is in the kitchen looking out the window by the sink, exhausted. The day is only a few hours old and it has been a terror. Red sky in the morning, shepherd's warning, she says wearily as she crumpled back into her chair with her coffee cup. Our whole family was awakened last night by the sound of a very sick, big vehicle rumbling closer and closer to our house at the base. As it got louder and more disturbing with each second, and my parents rushed into my bedroom to grab us from our beds. There was a new scientist scheduled to arrive here, but something was definitely wrong. With the noises, my parents were worried that a military test had gone badly or that something worse was happening. When we ran outside, we saw all the base families running for the underground storm shelter, clad in just their pajamas, while my father and Mr. Clark led them in a closed storm shelter with the heavy middle door behind us. After the sound couldn't seem to get any louder, and we were all holding our ears in pain. There was an eerie screech of metal on metal, the smell of burnt tires outside, and then silence. Our hearts were pounding in the still of the crowded room as we wondered if the threat had passed. The bugman used a small metal device like a pen to trace around the seams of the storm shelter door and handle while he held a wet towel over his nose and mouth. I was shaking as I watched his heavy hand move slowly and his eyes burning with intensity as he studied every crack by the door through his thick eyeglasses. All the grown-up skin had become oily in the heat and shined under the one light bulb on the ceiling in the shelter. I saw drops of sweat on the back of my mother's neck, turning the loose wisps of her hair by her sloppy ponytail into a smudge of brown like a wet bird feather stuck to her skin. Everyone was frozen in place like statues, awaiting word of what to do. There were no sounds but the sound of everyone trying to breathe more quietly and calm their pounding hearts. The bugman completed whatever test he was doing by the door frame and stepped backward, nodding to my father and Mr. Clark. They took over, each taking positions on opposite sides of the door. After a few very tense seconds, my father cracked his side of the storm shelter door open, revealing a slash of the deep red crimson sky, and craned his neck out as far outside as he could, while still remaining inside toward the direction where the noises stopped. Then he saw it.
Ooh, I'm so excited. That was awesome. So let's jump into our conversations because you know I have questions. So, first of all, cheers and congratulations on the new book. I'm toasting you with some sparkling white tea ginger cranberry because why not? This is exciting. Tell us. I need to know, this is book 2. What is this book about and what is this series about? Because I think this is what we're really curious. Because this starting, I'm like, what happened? What's going on? Tell us. What's going on here?
Okay, so The Base is a book series that we are adapting to film.
Ooh.
And we are in the process of filming a trailer for this. Yes, and so The Base is about a top secret military base. And that is where they send you if you are working on top secret projects.
So,
And
first of all,
so we have book 1 sets up the world.
I want to say congratulations on the adaptation. That is awesome and so excited. I'm sure you are excited about this. So before we go on, we're going to ask you later, how did that happen and what happened? But tell us about the world of the base and what is it about?
Sure, the world of the base is you have this one top secret base that no one knows about. And that is where they send the top scientists, top military research scientists. And if they, instead of rotating you to another base around the country, they send you to the base. And the base does the highest top secret projects that are the most state of the art and even ahead of the state of the art. And so that is where the series is set. The scientists are making these super high clearance, top secret devices, but there are spies and thieves that are trying to steal them.
Okay. How much research did you do for this series and the book?
I wound up doing tons of research because I had to learn the expertise, or at least a lot about the fields that the individual scientists had as their specialties.
Okay.
They are very different people with very different backgrounds, and they all have to work together and combine their knowledge and skills to create this device.
Who is our protagonist in this series, or do you have that one, or is this just an ensemble of people?
Well, in the beginning of the book, and much of the book is narrated by the 5-year-old daughter of one of the scientists. And
Okay.
through her eyes, she sees and hears a lot of things, and she doesn't really understand everything, which makes her parents happy because, you know, they're trying to raise good kids in a less than perfect world. And so they are just trying to explain things to them a lot of the times in kid terms, but it makes it very funny for the reader.
So I need to ask, because everybody's talking about tropes and the tropes in the book and what people can expect and all that fun stuff. What are some of those tropes you have in this book, and what is it that the readers can expect when they fall in love with this series and this book specifically?
Well, I think that a good book should be like a vacation. It should take you away from everything that is stressing you out in your life. It really should just give you an escape, give you a different world to be in. And so that is what I really strive for as an author. I don't want to remind people of the things that they're trying to forget. I'm trying to give them a fast-paced, fun place to be when they are in need of an escape. And it was so much fun that it was brought to my attention that we should try to make this into a film series
Nice.
because the characters are wacky. A lot of the situations are very wacky. And so, it would make a really good escape for people.
So in the book two, where is our adventures coming to? Because you had book one. What is happening in this book that people are like, really? Why is there more of this happening? Tell us. I love the fact that they're quirky and, wacky. So yes.
Well, I'm the daughter of a research scientist, so I have met several research scientists in
Okay.
my lifetime and scientists, and they can be a quirky bunch, but a very intelligent bunch. And so what makes the story keep going is that you have the military doesn't stop at the one device. The military says, okay, now that you guys have done that, we need you to do this next device. And here's another scientist to help you. And this person's expertise is in this field. And we need them involved because, we need to add that element of something that a meteorologist would only know into your project. And so it's not heavy on the science. I mean,
Okay.
I don't call it science fiction. I call it suspenseful fiction with a side dose of science. But the science part makes it interesting because instead of fighting with the traditional sort of Hollywood arsenal of guns and whatnot, you have an expert there on insects. I wonder what he can do with that.
These are so much fun and all the little twists you have going on. So I want to switch a little over now to you. Who is Dante, the writer? How long have
hmm
you been writing and what has this process been for you? So if you can tell us a lot about that would be amazing.
Um, Let me see. I've always been in the arts, in some facet of the arts. They say that artistic people um, are pretty much left brain people, and I think pretty much all my brain is on the left side. The right hand side, and you know, that's for, I guess, people who are doing detailed work and stuff like accountants and engineers and whatnot. So I have a sense of humor about just being a creative person. And we all know that if you're a creative person, you have to have at least three projects that aren't finished and another one that you're about to start. And so um, that's pretty much me. I mean, I love writing because I love reading. I was introduced to reading as soon as we could see. My parents put books under our noses. And big shout out to the libraries in this country. Um, just very valuable what they're doing, making sure that people can check out books and stuff for free.
I love it. As a reader, anytime authors are going, I love to read, it just makes my heart feel amazing because it's one of those things that all about bringing smiles and escaping and all that fun stuff. Who is one of your biggest motivation as
hmm
a reader and then as an author? Like, who are you going, yes, this person just got me excited about books, or I love this? Like, who is your motivation as a reader and author?
One of my favorites was Jimmy Carter.
Okay.
Um, when he wrote his book An Hour Before Daylight, which was his autobiography, it was just amazing. I mean, he really took you to a different place and time and where everything was so different. I mean, he grew up on a very simple farm in Georgia, and they didn't have any of the amenities that we now take for granted. It's hard for so many people to picture life without the internet. And remember that not every house had a phone, and just so many other things like your weather forecast was like looking and seeing, if your dog looks scared.
That's
So
a good one.
yeah, I mean, and no, it's true. And it was, just amazing how he went from such a humble beginning to being president of the United States and having an amazing foundation that does good all around the world. So, An Hour Before Daylight by Jimmy
Oh,
Carter, highly recommended.
I love it. So, Madame, tell us, because authors can never
Hmm.
stay still and we're always
Hmm.
imagining things. What are you working on now? Or can you tell us what's your next project? What is that going on?
Well, I am finishing book three, which is the third part of the series. It's a trilogy. And but I'm also finishing the trailer that we filmed for the series. I was very fortunate to work with excellent people. I just there's so much talent out and around here. I mean, it's just amazing. You see people that you never thought that they had these hidden skills and how good they were at it. And so I count myself as very fortunate in that. And we are editing now, and there's a great recording studio in town. We've done the music, and so soon the trailer will be on my website. People can visualize some of the series by seeing, these actors and musicians portraying these parts.
I love it. I love all the little pieces you're bringing into this and how you're sharing it with your audience as well as the reader. So, anybody the website is on is danteterese.com. So, you definitely need to check it out. So, I am absolutely loving it. So, Madame, tell us, you've been writing for a while, you love this process. What advice would you give an up and coming author who's kind of going, I'm ready to start? Where do I start? What would you tell them?
I would say read something different every day. Just always make sure that you're reading, and then always do do some writing every day. And if you have something that is, some people call it writer's block or whatever. I mean, we're all going to have more than one project out there. So if something is telling your brain to wait, then do some work on one of your other projects. And it's good to sort of jump back and forth between the worlds and stuff. It helps clear your brain and gives you more mental energy and vocabulary.
Okay, I love the fact that you said read different things and jump through projects because that is awesome. Do you normally have multiple projects going on?
Oh, sure. I mean, I have one of those brains that just never shuts off. And so, I may put something away for the day and turn off the computer, but it doesn't mean that I'm not spinning ideas about it and thinking about it.
Where did you get your motivation and inspiration from? Because you always have things going. Where do they come from?
Motivation and inspiration, I would say, is just from being like a curious person and an open-minded person. You know, I um, I'll I'll be curious about different things like, oh, new restaurant, different types of flavors involved. Let's go check that out. And new movie, interesting premise. Let's go check that out. New books. Let's go check that out. I mean, just trying to be involved in the community also, and having varied and diverse experiences is also um, inspiring, and it makes the brain just sort of overflow with more ideas.
You're bringing pieces from your background into this book as you're bringing your research, living with that environment. Can we see those things in terms of food? Did you share food in your books of what you enjoy? How much of you is in these books that people can be like, okay, I can see Dante here. This is kind of like, how does that work?
Well, I'm also a baker and pastry chef,
That is awesome.
and in the books have a woohoo. The books have a strong sort of good versus evil theme in there. And so I had to, at one point, imagine hell because some of these characters are very naughty. And when they're naughty, they don't just die. I mean, they go to hell.
Okay.
And it makes you kind of wonder, like, what's in hell? I mean, if your definition of hell is like being in a kitchen when someone is pulling the most fantastic tray of cookies out of the oven and you can smell it and you can practically taste it, but you can't have any because you're in hell.
Oh my
Yeah. And
God.
so I had to put all of these descriptions about, you know, using all of your other senses and stuff. Like what would really be like your worst thing imaginable. And most people think, oh, all you have to do is be like really, really rich and you're happy and you have it all. But that's not always the case because, I mean, there may be things that aggravate you and stuff like that. And um, I think the devil kind of knows what ticks you off. I mean, the devil knows all these things about you, just the way, the higher one knows all of everything about you. And if you wind up going down south, as we say, to the devil, I mean, he already knows what you don't like, and you may be seeing lots of it. So behave.
I have always joked that my hell would be being on a stairmaster with two cheerleaders on either side talking to each other while I'm just trying to pedal along. That would be my level of torture, having extra parky people at the gym while I'm trying just to climb. So that visual is perfect for me. Thank you. Like, I love it. I was like, yes, that's amazing. How do you
Thank
bring
you.
all, like, I love it. I was like, oh my God, that is awesome. You're bringing all the senses into your books. You're bringing all these pieces and making it very visual and delicious. Because I'm like, now I want some cookies. How much fun do you have writing your books and putting them into the world? Like, tell us a little bit about that.
Well, I think that, it kind of goes back to my philosophy that a good book should be a good vacation. I'm not out to torture people. I'm not out to give them something heavy and depressing and stuff like that. If they want that, they can watch, the news or whatever. I mean, there's no end of sources of things out there right now. I think our job as entertainers and, writers and stuff is to give people that other space that they can enjoy, that they can imaginate, and they can have fun.
Oh, you are totally speaking my language. I so agree with you. Thank you. Thank you. So, madam, before we leave, we need to know where can our viewers find you? Where can our listeners get the book? Where they can learn more about you? Tell us where you're located, your website. Give us all that information,
Sure.
please.
Okay, so the book series is on Amazon, and I also have my website. My website is just simply my name, DanteTerese.com. And the book series is called The Base. And I hope you enjoy it. I mean, at this point, it's the two books. The third one is coming soon. The website does have a video clip already, and the trailer will be there soon.
I love it. All right, madam. So it is our custom inside the minds of authors in this show to do a lightning round. Are you ready for that?
Yes.
All right. Easy peasy. Don't think too much about this, and we're going to do this and see how you do. Coffee or tea?
Tea.
Good. Me too. So next one. Sweet or sour?
Bittersweet.
Really? Okay. I didn't see that coming. Okay, good. Print books or ebooks? Which one are you?
Print books.
Okay. Love it. Love it. Summer or winter?
Summer.
Okay. We were almost there. I'm a winter kind of girl, but I'm in Texas, so it's hot here. Okay. Here's the last one, a little different. If you were
Oh, okay.
stuck, if you were stuck in a deserted island and you could only bring three things, what would those things be?
hmm Dark chocolate, a cat,
Yes.
and a good book series.
Oh yeah, totally. We're back. I'm with you. Miss Dante, thank you, thank you. It has been a pleasure having you on this show. Do you have any closing remarks for us?
Well, I would just say read more. Definitely make having fun and being silly a priority. It is very necessary.
I love it. Thank you, madam. Congratulations on the book. Thank you, thank you. To our viewers, make sure to go ahead, follow Ms. Dante, check out the
Thank you.
website. You know it's going to be absolutely fabulous. Pick up this book. If you have not subscribed to this show, make sure to do so now. You can leave us some comments. Good news is because it is definitely podcast season, guess what? I will be back in probably 30 minutes with another amazing author. So if you're interested in chit-chatting with more authors, make sure to subscribe. Also, for anybody who just wants to escape, as Miss Dante say, I am on a mission this year to give away 1,000,000 free books of Des Inter, the one in the back, that one. So if you're looking for an escape, make sure to pick out my book. And I'll see you guys shortly. Bye, everyone.